If you've been doing all of the mindset work, visualizing, journaling, affirmations, but you still feel stuck, there is a reason. It's not that mindset work doesn't matter. It's that most people are doing it the wrong way, or they're expecting it to create results that it was never designed to create. In today's video, I am going to run you through the 5 biggest mistakes that I see high achieving women make when it comes to their mindset and why they still feel stuck. We're going to talk about how to shift these mistakes so all of the inner work that you're doing actually translates into real life progress. This video is for the woman that feels like she's done all of the right things, yet something still feels like it's missing. It's for the woman who's self-aware, consistent, and emotionally intelligent, but she's starting to suspect that the mindset work alone isn't enough. Before we get into it, hi, I'm Pinili. Welcome back to my channel. If you love the topic of this video, hit the subscribe button. And if you keep coming back and you have not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button. All right, let's break down these 5 mistakes. Mistake number 1. You're doing mindset work on top of misalignment. Mindset work only works if it's anchored into aligned behavior. You cannot reframe your way out of an identity that feels unsafe in the direction that you're heading. The truth is, your thoughts are not the root. They are a reflection of your deeper systems, your beliefs, nervous system state, and emotional memory. If you don't shift those, the mindset work and the mindset tools just skim the surface. Let me give you a client example. One of my clients who started working with me had what you would quote unquote say is the perfect morning routine. She was doing the affirmations, the journaling, the meditations. She would even go to a daily Pilates class to ground herself. But every time we got on a call, she was anxious. And she was so confused because she kept saying to me, I am doing the work. I am doing my mindset work every single day. But we soon understood that she was actually terrified of being seen and even more scared of actually charging what she wanted to charge in her online business. And the reason was simple. Her environment, habits, and her self-concept were rooted in a place of survival. No affirmation, no morning routine, no mindset journaling can override that. You have to address the source of the thought, not just the thought itself. Mistake number 2. You're chasing high vibe instead of confronting discomfort. Let's talk about the high vibe trap. The idea that you need to feel good and positive and high vibe all of the time to attract the reality you want is very dangerous, because real transformation that actually lasts, it's uncomfortable. Mindset work isn't about escaping low emotions. It's about holding yourself through them with new meaning. When you try to force positivity or use journaling as a way to escape without actually understanding what you're feeling, you're actually disconnecting from your body, your truth, and your power. I've had so many women actually tell me that they feel worse after mindset work. My answer is always the same. Good. That means you're actually getting under the mask. It means that your subconscious is actually truly showing you what is actually running the show. The real shift is when you can be in grief, anger, fear, and still lead yourself. That is power, which leads us to mistake number 3. You think it's not working because you're doing it wrong. This is actually the point where most people quit. And if you're not like most people, I want you to comment below, I am doing this. Most people do the work, they feel the resistance, and then assume that they're broken or they're not doing something right. But resistance doesn't mean that you're failing. Resistance actually means that you've touched on something important. Your nervous system is wired for safety. So anytime that you actually try to expand your nervous system, even with the most beautiful intentions, it will definitely push back at first. That is not a glitch, it's a gateway. That's how I want you to see it. So if things are feeling worse after a journaling session, it does not mean that it's not working. It means that you're finally getting access to what actually needs to be processed and released instead of spiritually bypassing, which is just journaling or having a routine of affirmations and meditations without any intention to actually process what is happening. The question isn't, is it working? The question is actually, am I willing to lead myself through all of the things that are currently rising to the surface? Taking us to mistake number 4. You are using mindset to fix yourself. This one is actually very sneaky because it's so socially rewarded. We wear working on ourselves like a badge of honor. But if you're approaching mindset work from a place of self-correction, trying to fix your flaws, eliminate your shadow, or perfect your vibration, you're actually reinforcing that there's something wrong with you. Mindset work isn't about becoming more polished. It's about becoming more rooted and more grounded. You can still lead yourself with a messy mind, with fear or with uncertainty, as long as your anchor is solid. Mindset work should help you remember who you truly are, not convince you to become someone that you're not. Taking us to our last mistake. Mistake number 5. You've made mindset your identity. The trap is over-identifying with the work. If you're always consuming mindset content, journaling, always doing something to do with your inner child or shadow or scripting, but nothing's actually shifting in the way that you behave, you have made mindset work your comfort zone. There's a point where the work has to leave the page and actually live in your decisions. You stop being the woman who's working on her confidence and start moving like the woman who is confident. You stop trying to manifest wealth and start showing up as someone who actually trusts her value. The shift from mindset to embodiment is where the results live. So, if you have been doing all of the mindset work and it still feels like you're circling the exact same block, look at what we covered today. 1. Are you trying to shift your thoughts without shifting your identity? 2. Are you chasing high vibe feelings instead of expanding your capacity for discomfort? 3. Are you assuming that resistance means failure? 4. Are you using mindset to fix yourself or to lead yourself? And 5. Have you made mindset work your personality instead of your launch pad? If you're nodding your head right now, you are not alone. Most high-level, ambitious women hit this wall. The next layer isn't more mindset work. It's identity work. And that's exactly what I'll walk you through in the next video. How I went from self-doubt, second guessing, and constantly looking for the next thing to rebuilding my entire identity in 100 days. If you're ready to stop circling and actually start becoming, click over now. I'll see you there.